This is Danelle Stevens again with my sixth Zotero use of citation management system Zotero video. And in this one, I'm going to talk about going beyond the basics. In the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I basically showed how to get Zotero to download, how to use it as a place to store your PDFs and documents, and also how to make subfiles and how to make a reference list using Zotero. Many very positive skills. And then in addition, the last one I did video was on how to form a group and share your files with other people that you indicate that want to be in that group. So in this one, we're going to go beyond those basics and show you how you can really maximize the use of Zotero to take direct quotations from your references and use those in your writing. I will note here that this section is really what happens in this section, particularly the fact that you can have different notes for one journal article. That fact is different. You can't do that in Mendeley, at least at this point in 2020. You can't do it in EndNote or any of the other citation management systems. My librarian tells me that's one thing that's very powerful and that I figured out how to do, and he thinks it's very helpful for people. Of course it's helpful, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so there we go. Oh, and let's open Zotero, and we will see once again all our journal articles, and you'll notice over here this column, this yellow column here, is for one of the fields that you can choose. You can choose right here, that little guy, to add to your list of fields across here. And that field is called Notes. And what's interesting about these notes, let's take this Amron Beardsley article, is that you can have different notes. This is not what happens with other citation management systems, as I said. So if I go over here to notes, it lists my notes. And it looks like we've got a lot of duplicates here. Maybe I should do a little segue here and show you something. So this says duplicate items. And I have, looks like 2 of these. These are the items. And I can merge the items. As far as notes, I don't think there's a way to merge the notes when you have all these extras. But what it looks like here, and we're going to go, this is duplicate items for this whole group here called academic writing under group libraries. We're going to go back to my library, open up academic writing, and we're going to, let's go on feedback. There's not too many in this, and you'll notice each one of these has one note or another. One of the things I found recently, it says untitled. I don't even know if there's anything in there. There isn't. Okay, so let's go down here. This one is the way I usually try to set it up. So this is a note, and I got that note. This is the abstract of this article. And what I noticed about it now is this was pretty 2017, so I've changed my practices even in that time. This is the abstract from the article, and where I got that was I opened the article here, and I went over here to this page, and I cut and paste this whole thing into the note. What I should do at this point is look, it's page 555. And these are the authors. So typically, to make my using these notes more easily, I will take the name of the 2 authors. I will make a citation on the bottom, an APA citation. And I'll show you why that's important. As soon as I do it, capital M-I-R-Z-A-E-E and H-A-S-R-A-T-I, 2014, page, oh shoot, what was that page? 555, I think. But let's go back to the article itself and check. 555 is the first page, so that's on 555. And I want to put that there, and it's page 555. Okay, so that's where the abstract appears. I'll also show you another little problem with these. Because of the way they're formatted by the publishing, they ended up, if you print this, you're going to find all of these are kind of right, left justified, and they're kind of a bit of a mess. So you can straighten that out if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how much I use it. But having the abstract not just in the article but separate helps you deal with it more and really look at what's going on with it. You'll see it's a community of practice. They don't like this word non-formal as one word. It probably should have a dash. Scaffolding, written feedback. So it makes it easier to read, because the other way to read the abstract is from the info page. And there's the abstract. And it's a little hard to read at that point. So so what it is easier to do, I just put it, and I leave the word abstract there so that I know that it's the abstract. And what this now says is I have one note on this article, and it's the abstract. So let's see if I did that job here. Okay, so this one, it says one note. It says abstract, and it's the abstract from the article. Let's see if I put the page numbers on it. Yay! This seems to be one I use a lot, this Caranthos and Nina, for a couple of reasons. One of them is about feedback to linguistically diverse students and how they respond. Okay, anyway, the participants, sometimes I do that. And if I have my own words in here, like this, I usually put them in caps so that I know I can find them quickly. Okay, so this has three notes. One is the abstract, one tells me who the participants are, and another one is a pithy quote from the article. It looks like it came in double-spaced. And at this point, what I don't have here is I don't have the page number. So that's a problem, because I took that note in 2016 before I had this system. So I would have to go back to the article to find it, which is a mess. So that's why you try to do it just as soon as you put it in the notes, put in the page number, so you don't have to go back and try to find it if you need the page number. But let's take an article, something I use a lot. Let's say, let's see what this one has. This one's still 19. Oh yeah, writing retreat chapter. Now, a lot of those are current. We wrote a chapter, Janelle and I did. So all of these were the articles that were in that chapter. And you'll see some of them, it was about writing retreats. So some of them have a lot of notes. So what is a note? Where do I get these notes? So let's look at the article itself. The article is you can either click this and get it as a PDF, or you can go down the bottom here and open that as a PDF. Either way works. And there's the article. And what those are actual, let's show you. I'll show you just by looking at one. Okay. So let's look at this one, page 341. Productive should address the issue of confidence. And page 341, it's more, 2003. Let's see if we can find that, and I'll show you how that works. Page 241. So 341. Okay, so it's a ways in here. We should be able to find it pretty quickly because it's on that page. I might be able to do a search. 341. I was interested in confidence, in faculty confidence in learning to write, in writing. And as their confidence increases, does that mean that faculty also have, that there's a need to study confidence? And so I found this quote in here: any intervention to help individuals to write should address the issue of confidence. So now I have a quote that says the need to study confidence, or to If not, then it may be a waste of time. And Grant and Knowles also said that, and these folks have also said that. So I took that bit, I highlighted it, page 341, and I put it right here, and it has the page number, the date, and the year. And this is about confidence, and here's the tag down here, and I'll talk about that later. So the other thing that can happen here is if I want to find the articles, well, that I've tagged confidence. Oh, I don't know if caps will work. This will show up because I tagged it. These are the articles where people have talked about confidence, and these are the quotes where I have tagged as dealing with confidence. Here's one that says issues are most frequently cited dimensions. Okay, so there we go. That's all about confidence, and that's a quote about confidence. So what happens now that I have these kinds of things, and I can look them up and I can pull the articles? The beauty of all that is when you're beginning to write in these sections, and say you're writing, I write a lot about graduate student identity or doctoral student identity, or faculty identity in writing. So what I have done is that I find the articles that have the tag identity or doc student identity, and I create a list of quotations. This is paper. So quotes on doctoral student research identity. So I can create a page like this. I'm going to bring it over here. I have two screens. Okay, come on, baby. Sometimes I lose. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to bring this over here. And what you're going to see is what I did was that I put in the search for doctoral student identity, and then I took each individual quotes. These were quotes that came from all these different articles, and I put them in one file. And in the study of Caparella found that critiquing peers' writing seems to help the students understand the process, giving it. Well, so that's about research-based practices, considerable anxiety, institutional voice, require assistance to become competent, confident scholarly writers. They require assistance. So these are the things they don't understand. Struggle with claim. As a result, graduate students and early career academics often struggle with claiming an identity as an academic writer. Very important sentence. Can be used in my argument about why it's important to study not only doctoral student identity, but faculty identity. So that's how taking notes in Zotero and putting them, I'll go back to Zotero. So you'll see this, and you'll see all these notes, and you can begin to see the people that are talking about some of the things you're talking about, and the notes that you've taken. And then these become individual notes, say this one, knowledge making, but then this is about the importance of writing. And I would take that and put it in, cut and paste it into a Microsoft Word document, which then gives me the fodder that I need to write the introduction to a journal article on this, whatever the topic is. This is on supervision of doctoral students. So there you go. It's a pretty handy way, and when I show this to people, they kind of go, whoa, that's really cool. So I hope you find it cool as well. Thank you.